Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Jordan here bringing you another video. Today's video, we've got episode 7 of our New York Rangers franchise mode here in NHL 26. Now, before we get into it, we've got one comment to go over here from my boy, the Hockey Pigeon. He says we got to save all our money for when Demidov and Hudson hit free agency. Honestly, not a bad idea. Those are two great players. If they ever hit the open market, we definitely want to go after them. And I think that Hudson and Fox on the top pair would feed families and probably win us a dynasty here, 4 or 5 cups in a row. I could see it. But we've got a lot of work to do in this episode, starting with the draft. Now, since we didn't get DuPont in Pittsburgh, make sure if you guys aren't watching that series, check it out. We're about an episode ahead there. We didn't get DuPont there, so we're going to try to move up for him in New York. We drafted Joseph over there, and we decided here, New York, they've got that second pick, the Islanders. They're not gonna trade up with us. We're not gonna spend too much time though. We already got the interviews done in last episode. Let's hop right into this draft. Get things moving pretty quick here. We're not gonna have too much time to move up for this pick. So we're going to put the 2 firsts on there. Just throw that right away. See what we can cook up real quick. Now, there's some interesting players here that they want. We're going to see if Gavrikov will waive. He hasn't been waiving, but maybe. Yeah, I didn't think so. The management morale can only go so worse. And with a player like him who I want to trade anyways, I don't care if he doesn't like us. Unfortunately, Scott Morrow's trade value, not as high as I would have liked. We can include him in this deal for sure. Remember, there's no place for him in our organization, especially if we are going to bring in Landon DuPont. Let's see, is this trade going to go through here? 2 firsts, Morrow, and a third. Does not go through. Doesn't surprise me that it doesn't go through. Like I said, maybe we'll throw Koryaluk on there, see if that goes through. We're just not really meeting their blocks, so let's scrap it all. Let's try again. We got to move fast here. We look at skaters matching their block here. They want Robertson. They actually want Will Cooley. We talked about keeping here in New York. He's got a really good deal. Tej Ginla. Let's just see, guys. Maybe Zibanejad will waive. Dang it, dude. We just can't get these guys to waive. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off. You know what? What if we throw Schneider on there? We'll go with Schneider. We'll go with the 2 firsts, a third. And I believe we can throw Koryaluk on there as well. See if that goes through. Trade accepted. There we go. We got it done in record time. We had about a minute left there. Call me stupid. You know what? I don't care. When you get a chance to add a franchise defenseman, you've got to do it. And I think that we didn't give up anything we can't replace down the line. So with that being said, the New York Rangers are proud to select from the Everett Silvertips in the WHL defenseman Landon DuPont. And there we go. Yeah, franchise 80 overall. It cracks the squad immediately. Good trade for us. Again, Schneider. Was he a good defenseman? Absolutely, sure. But, you know, when you take a look, when you have guys in the system like Boyum as well, right? We still had Fox. You had Jeffrey Moy, Morrow. There was room to move one of these guys. Unfortunately, I would have liked for it to be Gavrikov, but since it couldn't be, Schneider just was the next guy up. And remember, Koryaluk, it's not that bad to get rid of him. We have Harabel. We have LaSalle. We didn't need him. So good to get a good asset back from him. And then, like I said, Landon DuPont. He's going to take over from Adam Fox at some point. And we've got him and McKenna leading the way. The tank, it's probably only going to last for one more season, guys. One more season. And then we're going to be a competitive team once again. So yeah, now we've got DuPont. We've got McKenna. We don't really need too much else. You know, we've got Tej Ginla as well. Sim to the late 2nd round pick we've got here. Take a look potential-wise. Who's sitting around here? You've got this low elite right D, Stefan. Might give him a go. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Welcome to the Rangers here, Richard Stefan, the Czechia defenseman out of Liga. For the Extra Liga, 64 overall, low top 4D, not too shabby. We've got the next pick right after that as well. And I think we're going to take a shot on Adam Kelly. Potential there to be a top 6 forward. So let's give him a look. Top 9, already 67 overall. That's not too shabby. Might develop into a good fourth line center. And we're going to take another shot here on this low elite. Hopefully that's actually what he is. Probably that's the worst pick of the draft so far, low top 9. We're only going to do one more pick here before we're going to let the CPU take over. And, I think if we can just get a guaranteed top 4 low defenseman, that's a good thing. Landon DuPont is a right D, so let's go ahead and get this lefty. Artem Kozhvekanov? Sure. Let's pretend like that is the right way to say that. We'll let the computer handle the rest. Great draft. We had lots of draft picks too there. Again, great draft. We got DuPont. Now the real work begins here. We got a couple of scouts there expiring. The coaches are still good. We're not worried about that. Let's go ahead here. Get to this re-sign phase. So we've got Morrow. We need to qualify. You've got Perlot as well. Gonna qualify. Killorn, we're just gonna let go. He doesn't want to be here. Remember, he was just the cap dump in the JT Miller trade. Gonna let go of Akanainen. Doesn't need to stick around. So Gabe Perlot wants a 3-year bridge deal. Let's do 3.6 for 3 years on Perlot. See if he will accept that. Scott Morrow, he wants a bridge deal, but he doesn't like the organization. So we might not be able to get less than 3.7 for him. And the rest of this, guys, not too many big names. I'm going to go ahead, take care of this off camera, and we'll catch you guys up once we are ready to advance to the next day. So, guys, ready to go here. Before we advance a day, some guys have already accepted the offer. So, William Lassell, our medium elite goalie, up to a 72, gave him his ELC just in case he's of age to play in the NHL. Defensively, we brought in LeBeer. He is going to just be able to play bottom 6 in the AHL, possibly grow into that AHL top 2, as well as Landon DuPont gets his ELC as well. Then forward-wise, we did offer deals to Brisson, Laba, Sakura, McConnell, Baker, and Villieu. Again, this guy, we drafted him last year with the 7th rounder. Just get him in the 4th line in the AHL, see what happens. And then we have sent out a few deals, as well as just a bunch of qualifying offers. We qualified Berard. Actually, we'll go ahead and give him a contract as well. Yeah, let's advance the day here. See who accepts, see who declines. Prasinian accepts, Morrow accepts, and Perlot accepts. That is very good. I will show you guys just really quickly the Prasinian deal. Give him 1.3. He was asking for like 1.5. I don't really want to keep him around that much, but we obviously do need some players. So happy that he took the 1.3. Again, the rest of the players, they can either take their qualifying offer or they can just leave, sign with another team, see if I care kind of thing. We'll take care of this one scout I've got really quickly, and then we'll just get right up to free agency. We've got money to play with in this free agency, and unlike in Pittsburgh, I think that we can start taking the winning approach already since we have our bigger pieces in play. So we are going to be players. Again, we have some money to spend. I'm going to spend it. I don't care about age or anything because I think that with the right pieces, we could definitely win now. Defensively, we take a look at the potential. Sam Renzel and Pickering, unfortunately, RFAs. See who the UFAs are. Nobody with potential. And again, if we can just see the forwards with potential, Jack Quinn. I don't really know if we need him, but since he's a UFA, I'm just going to give him a shot. Holtz, we're going to pass on. Shabanov wants a little bit too much money for my liking. And honestly, before we get too deep into this, let's actually just take a look at the team, get an idea of what the lines are going to be, so we actually know what we even need. I kind of roast machine for not doing that, and then I haven't been doing it. So your first line center would be Zibanejad. You're going to go with Robertson and McKenna, right? So the second line, you have a left winger. You've got a couple of right wingers. So we need a second line center because you're probably going to go Seneca, Blank, and Cooley. And then your third line, you got Perlow, Quinn, Aginla. And then you've got your fourth line. So really, we just need a second line center. And defensively, we don't really need much. I would love a DFD to play on the third pair with DuPont. Again, maybe we should have bought out Gavrikov. Let's once again just ask him if he'll waive. We're probably just going to healthy scratch this guy. Like, he just doesn't really fit the mold. Like, we have Zeev. Like, I just want to get these younger guys up in the lineup. I just don't see a world in which he sticks around. At least, maybe I'm crazy, but... So we'll go ahead, see if we can find a second line center and a third pairing defensive defenseman. For second line centers, there's quite a few options on the older side there. Ryan O'Reilly, Malkin, and got Pavel Zacha there. I think Malkin's just a little bit too old, just in case we're not going to be winning. Is he really going to want to be here? Now, he's won everything there is to win. Actually, he just won a Stanley Cup with Vegas, so maybe if we gave him the bag, it would maybe make sense for him to come here. You've got Morgan Frost as well. Pavel Zacha hasn't won anything yet, right? So is he really going to want to come where it just might not happen? The only thing that scares me about Evgeny Malkin is he's 40. He's most likely going to regress. Let me look around the league and see what there is for trade options as well. Maybe we can address this through trade. Give me a few minutes, guys, see what I can find. All right, guys. So, couldn't make anything happen via trade. Nobody was really wanting to give away their centers. And I'm not trying to overpay for somebody. So, who we're going to go after actually is Morgan Frost. He is 28 years old. We're going to go on a 2-year deal, give him a little bit higher trade protection, and we're actually going to offer him $7.7 million. The reason why we're going to offer so much is just, again, he doesn't want the 2-year deal, kind of want to make sure he signs, but also we will be okay to eat this cap for 2 years. There we go, he accepts. So yeah, we'll be okay to eat his cap for that long. It's not going to be such a big deal. Anything longer than that, we've got a lot of big deals that are going to be expiring. And now we're looking for that DFD for our boy DuPont. So yeah, we're gonna go after Clevin. He's not exactly what we wanted. He's not really gonna be a mentor, so to speak, but he is that DFD that we need to play with our guy. So yeah, now that we have him, we've got about 10 contracts left. I don't want to sign anybody yet. I'm going to just simulate up to the regular season. I want to wait and see what we need before I go ahead and fill out our contract spaces at the start of the regular season. So I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, here we are at the start of year number 3. Take a look at the forward lines for the upcoming season. We've got Jason Robertson, Zibanejad, and McKenna on line number 1. We've got Cooley, Frost, and Seneca on line number 2. Pinikov, Aginla, and Perlow on line number 3. And bringing up the rear is Greer, Laba, and Sakura. Now, it's an interesting forward core. I'm slowly realizing that Sullivan is not the coach for this team. Defensively, however, we're looking pretty good. Fox and Boyum, Morrow and Moy, Gavrikov and DuPont. We've got Clevin as the scratch, but I just figured if we have to pay Gavrikov anyways, we may as well use him on the team. And he could play with Fox, but then, you know, if we do this, right, like the pluses just kind of disappear. At least this way, it's still a plus, and Gavrikov does get some minutes in. And goaltending-wise, a little bit of a shock here, Shesterkin, but also Michael Harabel. I thought he would just be the AHL starter, but he actually grew quite a bit there. You can see the 6'6" netminder up to an 80. So I did want to go ahead and give Garand some time, but he's still listed as a starter. And LaSalle, he is indeed ready to play in the AHL. So he'll be backing up Garand this year. So it's a very interesting team. Quinn, Kelevin, and Berard are the scratches. Quinn just doesn't really fit anywhere. I think I kind of mistook how many wingers we had since I knew we needed another forward, but it needed to be a center. Tija Ginla as well actually listed as a second line forward. So we could go ahead and do this, right? Get the sniper power forward and the other power forward. Maybe even throw Perlow up here and maybe do something like this instead. But I think Will Cooley, even though he is listed as a third line scorer, should be in your top six. Maybe we do something like this, right? I think there's a lot of options, and that's kind of why I'm playing around with this on camera. I want to give you guys a look at what we can do, see what you guys want us to do, right? If we do keep Sullivan on the bright side, Tej Aginla is a perfect fit for that second line. And Perlow's not a bad fit there, almost perfect. So you're really just looking for another left winger who fits that spot. Obviously, the first line, because they have all these X factors, they're just going to get chemistry no matter what. So, yeah, I think we have an interesting team. Hopefully, Sakura and Laba get some good growth. Greer is in over Brisson and Quinn, since so that this line gets a 0. Otherwise, it would be -1 or -2. Down here in Hartford, we've got Othman, Baudouin, Fix Walensky, Brisson, Torrance, and McConnell Baker, Arsenian, Yvonne, and Rempe, and then Veramiev, Chalmer, and Villieu. Go ahead and put Villieu on the center. Defensively, Trudeau, Robertson, Labir, Hemosalami, Dorrington, and Sidium. The scratches, only Connor Ingram, so we're going to have to go ahead and sign a few forwards, a few defensemen for healthy scratches, but I can take care of that off camera. And we're just going to wrap it up here. We'll take a quick look at the captaincies, Zibanejad, Robertson, and Fox. Works for me. And that is going to do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I think we've had a very good offseason here. I think that bringing in DuPont was a very smart decision. You just take a quick look. See, we've got to do Seneca to a new deal. Doesn't want to go long-term just yet, so probably we'll do a bridge deal for him. We've also got Chinakov. We got to decide if we're going to bring him back, or if we are tanking once again, we'll go ahead and flip him at the deadline. And other than that, not a lot there. Even goalie-wise, we got to get rid of Ingram or just leave him as the healthy scratch. But I think we've had a fantastic offseason here in New York. I'm so excited to start year number 3 here. Maybe we won't make the playoffs, boys, but I think that we definitely improve upon our record from last season. You take a look at our record last year, we were 35, 34, and 13. I think we easily can hit 40, 45 wins. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Super excited for our next episode, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you want to see us do? What do you think about the lines, especially? Who do you think should play where? Is there any trades you think we need to make? Maybe we can ask Gavrikov to waive again. But make sure to subscribe, guys. Turn notifications on. You're not going to want to miss a video here. We're bringing you every day content here on the YouTubes, as well as every day on Twitch. We're going to be streaming 8:30 to around 12:30. That's Mountain Time. So 10:30 Eastern to about 2:30 Eastern. So give me a follow there, guys. We're on the road to 500 followers on the Twitch as my controller dies. And make sure to join the Discord, guys. But thank you so much for watching YouTube. As always, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.